Alright guys, so what we're going to do today is I have bought a bunch of different ice makers from Amazon, and we are going to try them out and see how they work. First, we're going to start off kind of basic. This is called a Easy Fill ice cube tray. Removable lids. So this is just a basic, like, classic style ice cube tray that I'm sure everybody has or has used at some point, and they just pretty much added a lid to it. So you can fill it from the lid, and I assume, so that way whenever you fill it up, you don't have to do like that careful walk from the sink all the way to the freezer where you end up spilling half of it, or you put it in the freezer and like you got stuff in the freezer and it's kind of, you know, sitting weird and spills and all that kind of garbage. Make sure the lid's on there. Let's just go ahead, fill it up. Okay, that took way less water than I thought. Okay. I mean, that's pretty good. You can practically probably like trip with this thing and the water's not gonna come out. So far, so good. I think this is gonna be fun. Next, I bought the crystal clear ice ball maker. So some of these are like ice cube trays, and then some of them are other stuff. But this one is an ice ball maker. So like it's supposed to be it said it somewhere. Oh, 2.4 inch solid ice ball. So I already read the dissections, and they don't really make any sense to me, but I'm gonna follow them, and I guess we'll just hope that they work. So you're supposed to pull this thing out of here, and here's your mold for your ice cube ball. Now, in my head, what I thought was that, well, for one, I was confused because why is there holes on the bottom of the mold? That doesn't make sense to me. It still doesn't make sense to me. But what you're supposed to do is fill this bucket up with water and then put the mold together, and then you're supposed to push this into the bucket, and then the water is supposed to push itself through the bottom and then vent out the top and then fill up the ice cube balls, which doesn't make any sense to me. I would think that you would just not have a hole on the bottom and then just fill it up from the top. But what do I know? I just make YouTube videos. So in the directions it said to fill it up to the fill line, which there's definitely not a fill line anywhere in here, but it said about 1 inch from the top. And then we're supposed to just slowly push this down. Come on, don't spill out. Oh, I think we overfilled it a little bit. Okay, so it appears we might have overdone it just a little bit. You can see that the water is full up to the top. And now we just stick this whole apparatus in the freezer. Next on the agenda, we have the icebreaker make and serve ice cubes. That's all it says. I felt like there was more to it. This is supposed to be like one of those kind of like all-in-one devices, I guess. Oh, there's directions. I think it's supposed to expand in some way. Oh. Duh. It is. It does expand. Okay. I understand what goes on here. Okay. So you fill it up like this with ice, you freeze it, and then once you're done freezing it, you pull this open, break the ice off, and then your ice has a place to be stored. And then you have a lid, so then whenever you need ice, you can just shake it out. But you make the ice like this. That makes a lot of sense. See? I can figure stuff out. Okay, let's fill it up to the top. Wow. Tight seal. I'm actually really curious to see how this works. Next we have, this thing is top heavy. We have the crystal clear ice mold. Not exactly sure how the ice mold makes it crystal clear. So I'm pretty sure crystal clear has more to do with the water than it does the ice mold. that didn't sound good. These are giant. These are huge ice cubes. So you just fill these up, take this out, and then break them out. I don't understand why. Because this one and the ball one, why do you have to have a space underneath for water to be stored? Especially with something like this. Why can you not just not even have a hole in the bottom and then just fill it up and then just put this over top of it? Like, what's wrong with that? Like, is there something I'm missing here? The only thing I can think of is maybe, like, as you can see, it kind of makes sure that the water is level. And that should be simple as that. Alright guys, before we go any farther, this video is sponsored by AirUp. If you don't know, AirUp is a water bottle that flavors your water through scent with a scent pod. And today I'm going to give you 3 benefits to using AirUp. Number 1, AirUp has a wide variety of scent pods. So whether you like something as simple as watermelon or something a little bit more complex like orange vanilla swirl, you can almost guarantee that they are going to have something that you enjoy. Number 2, playing off of number 1, if you are somebody that has trouble staying hydrated and drinking enough water during the day, since AirUp has such a wide variety of scent pods, the AirUp could most definitely help you drink more water and stay more hydrated. Number 3 is cost. So in each one of these pouches, you get 3 pods, and each pod is good for 1.3 gallons of water. So over 3 gallons of water for each package. So if you compare the price of that to the price of like energy drinks or just drinks from the gas station in general, the AirUp will help you save so much money and keep you more hydrated. So if you're interested in the AirUp, there will be a link in the description, and if you use code TylerT15, you will get 15% off your order. Next, we have the EcoSafe stainless steel ice cube trays with easy release handle. Now when I saw these, I was not really interested in the fact that they were stainless steel or eco-safe. What I was really interested in... Oh, okay, you get 2 of them. That's interesting. And like a tray holder thing that's going to take up way more space than it probably should. Anyway, what I was interested in was this handle. And this handle's supposed to, like, I guess once it's frozen, you can kind of like crank this handle and then lift it up, and then you just have all your loose cubes in the tray. So I don't know why that's so dirty. So that is something I'm really curious about. Now this one, you got to do that that little careful dance we were talking about. And next, we have another like one that uses molds. It also has a nice little scooper and a nice little grabber. I'm not entirely sure how this works. I guess you just fill it up. It has a fill line. It says fill to this line. Maybe this is like that other ice ball one. You gotta fill it up and then like close it. And then maybe hope for the best. Oh wow, this is not that much fun to fill. I think this is my least favorite so far. Alright, where's the line? Oh, if it starts coming out of the top, I guess that means we did it. Okay. We're all clamped down. I don't know if we put it in the freezer inside this container or not. I mean. I don't even know what I was saying. That makes sense to put it inside of this container. We'll do both of them. Why not? I'm going to try to get it right on the line this time. Okay. That is directly on the line. That shot up like 3 feet. And that was right on the line. That wasn't even overfilled. If anything, that could have been slightly underfilled. As far as I'm concerned, without even trying this one, I think this is already going to be like my least favorite. Okay. So then we can take that. And then last but not least, we have the Creative Ice Cube Tray. 2 packs ice trays. So this one is supposed to be kind of similar to... This actually looks pretty good. So So you can put these two ice cube trays. You can kind of store the whole thing. You can put ice in the bottom while you're making more ice. Okay, I like that. It's pretty cool. I don't know what that's for. I don't know. We'll figure that out. Now with this one, you do kind of have to make sure you're filling up each individual little slot. That is way overfilled. That's not gonna work. Let's just dump some of this off. Wow, that actually worked way better. Put that there, and away we go. All right, I'm gonna put all these in the freezer. I'll see you in probably 24 hours. All right, it has been a little bit over 24 hours. We'll start off with this one. Come on. Okay. I think we overfilled it just a little bit. Look at that. Beautiful. That's just classic, just like classic ice cube trays. I have no complaints about that. If I wanted ice cubes, and this is what I bought, and this is how it performed, I would have absolutely no complaints. That is a very classic ice cube tray. Next up, and what I am excited for, is the steel one. So, I guess, in theory, we should just be able to, like, pull this handle up, and it'll just, like, break everything free. I'm kind of scared that I'm gonna like jerk it and like bust something. This is what I was afraid of. Nice. That is wow. That is top tier ice cube maker. Maybe if you Okay, so look at the this thing sucks. That's so bad. I like the idea, kind of, like, I think it's a decent idea, you know. You pour it in there, pull the handle, it breaks it free, and then you're all good. But whenever you get a finished product like this, I mean, these aren't even whole ice cubes. These are just like more like ice chunks is all these are. Like, what are you gonna do with that? And not to mention some of these are like this big, and some of these are giant. And I think I'll have to look at the price. I think these were like very expensive, especially whenever you compare it to the one I just did, the plastic one, when you can just and you have all your ice cubes right there. I would not recommend this at all. If you're against plastic and you, like, for some reason have to use something that's steel, potentially it would be a good option. Even then, I would probably lean more towards, like, silicone or something. That's bad. Definitely a thumbs down for that. All right, we're going to do this one next, the icebreaker, because I'm so curious to see if this is going to work actually as it's advertised. So we're going to use a glass, pull it apart. No way. So the idea would be, whenever you need some ice, maybe you gotta tenderize it just a little bit. Obviously, if you were a little more careful, you wouldn't spill any. That makes pretty good cubes. I don't have any complaints about that. That's actually pretty cool. And you still got some more left. Close it up, fill it up, and put it in there again. I mean, I like that. If I was going to give it a score out of 10, I would say 10 out of 10. That worked absolutely flawlessly. I don't really know what else to say. It works, and that's very cool. All right, so this one, if I had to guess which one is probably going to be the worst, think it's going to be this one. Didn't this one come with a scooper or something? I think it did, but I don't know what happened to it. This thing is like, maybe. That's actually not too bad, to be honest. I mean, it made ice balls, which is, I assume what you'd want. I stand corrected. That's actually not that bad. Maybe. Oh, maybe that's the secret right there. Come on. That's actually good. The quality seems to be good. They're all complete balls of ice. Nice little storage container. So you can set those off to the side, put this in your freezer, and now you have little balls of ice. I thought that was going to be way worse than it actually is. So the trays, I'm not a giant fan of, especially loading them up. Like, as you saw, whenever even when I had the water on the fill line, it still like sprays water out. Leave a little bit to be desired. But the final outcome is actually pretty nice. And I don't really have many complaints about that. Now let's move on to the big boys. This lid kind of just like, I don't know, water froze to it and it kind of just expanded or contracted and it just kind of fell off. And as you can see, what we're working with here is this side is a little bit like lower because in my freezer, for whatever reason, there's like a little like bump in the freezer, and I didn't have enough room to like fit all of these in there at once. So this one kind of had to like sit at a little bit of an angle. But overall, I don't think that's that big of a deal. Okay. That came out way, 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 way easier than I thought. What are you supposed to do with this? The whole bottom section is all just a giant ice block. Oh, it separates. Okay. Oh, gotcha. So this. See, what's the like... This is what I don't understand. Why put holes in the bottom of this mold so that all this water can run down in here and then you can have this to deal with? Whenever, especially with this, you could just not have the holes there and fill up the squares and then freeze it. Let's try to break some of these out of here. Ooh. Here we go. That's definitely not... Oh, you know what? Actually, that is pretty clear. It's like a little frosty. And that comes out pretty good. So like if you needed it for a drink or something, you could just kind of push it out. You know, aside from this whole debacle and like the holes and everything, I actually like this one. I think this is actually pretty good. Especially if you, for whatever reason, if you need big ice cubes. This thing works pretty good. It does the job. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I guess I'm going to stick this outside. Next up, the one that I'm the most excited for is the ice ball. So, ooh. This thing also, I can see that this thing is like pushed out, and this like box right here looks like it's kind of pushed out. The results could be kind of interesting. That came out way easier than I thought. That was so easy. Look at that. Oh. Okay. I mean, that's exactly as advertised. That is a ball of ice. I don't know why, but I just really thought that this would be so much more difficult to use. Like, I thought that where it's got the holes in the bottom and this thing fills up with water, that it would just get like frozen and you wouldn't be able to pull it out and it would just be like a giant pain or something. But that is not the case at all. This was so easy. Like, it almost feels like it's like a joke that it was just such a smooth process. Let's drop this just for fun and see what happens. That is a solid. Of course, it breaks once it hits the ground. Now it's only a half a ball ice. I'm genuinely speechless. That is so cool. All right, last but not least. Oh, I forgot what this one was for a second. This is the little cubes with the scooper. Oh, it fits right on. Wait a minute. I think I understand. I was looking at this and it literally just clicked in my mind. This, I think, is supposed to push on these. See what happens when you pay attention? I like this. Some of these are a little stubborn. I like this a lot, actually. Like, a lot. I like how everything, like, it all just fits together. It stacks on top of each other. This has the little lip around it, so it, like, kind of, like, latches onto this. This is built into the lid. Oh, got them all but one. And then you got your little scooper. You can get in here and get you some ice. This one's my favorite. If I had to pick an ice maker from Amazon, I think this is the one. Oh, that's the scoop and everything fits in there with the 2 full loads of ice. And then you could be making more ice and then put the lid in and put this whole thing back in the freezer. So you can have a full load of ice plus your next load of ice being made plus a scooper in there. And you can just like slide this into the freezer all in one container. Don't get me wrong, I do like this one quite a bit. Obviously, like the classic one with the lid, that's all right. The ice ball and the big ice cubes I like those, but those are kind of like very specific, like basically just geared towards like making drinks and stuff. But for like your average everyday ice cube maker, I don't think you can beat this. This is a very cool all-in-one system. Never thought I'd be testing ice cube makers on the internet, but here we are. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. If there's anything else that you want to see me test, leave a comment down below. I'll see you in the next one.